First, I headed to Walmart and picked up a set of 3 mixing bowls with lids. Once I got home, I added ingredients to a jar for homemade brownies and tied a cute tag with some baking instructions onto the jar using some festive twine. Then I added the peppermint and chocolate baking mix-ins to a small mason jar and topped that with a twine bow. You can also add some of your favorite store-bought baking mixes instead. Then I removed the packaging from the bowls. Starting with the large bowl, I lined it with one of the towels, then situated the brownie mix and mix-ins inside. Next, I added glue dots to the center of the large bowl's lid. For the goodies in the medium bowl, I added reusable bowl and jar covers, followed by measuring spoons and measuring cups. On top of the lid, I added a small set of sourdough Banneton baskets, then gathered the sides of the towel up and over the baskets and secured the top with a clear elastic. I used the final kitchen towel to wrap around the bottom of the small bowl and tied the ends to one side with a clear elastic. Next, I cut out a set of eyes with eyelashes, 2 pink circles, and 3 pieces of coal on my Cricut. For some final touches, I tied red wired buffalo check ribbon around the top of the black towel and in between the medium and large bowl. I hope this inspired you to get creative with your gift giving and displays this year and to make your very own gift cakes for your friends and family.
Before you head out to your next gathering this holiday season, be sure to make your hostess gifts extra special. Ugly sweater parties are so much fun, and I thought I'd make this first bottle perfect to take to one. I'm going to start by wrapping it around the bottle. At the top, because the ribbon is so wide, I'm just going to tuck it under so that it fits a little more snugly. To make this bottle truly fit for an ugly sweater party, I want to add a huge bow. To attach it to the neck of the bottle, I'm just going to use some more hot glue, and it's ready to go. For the next bottle, I have some green felt, and I'm going to roll it into a cone shape. I want to make sure the cone will fit over the top of the bottle. Now that the cone is rolled, I'm going to tuck in the edges to give it a nice finished look. I have some fluffy white fabric that I'm going to cut into a triangle. I can attach the beard to the inside of the hat. To finish this little guy off, I want to add a nose. For my final bottle, I thought it would be fun to make it a little more elegant. I'm going to start by adding some winter greenery to the top of the bottle. I want it to kind of hang down across the bottle. Now that I've attached a few pieces of the greenery, I want to add these small sparkly ornaments. I'm using some hot glue on the backs to hold them in place. As a final little touch, I want to add a nice bow out of red velvet ribbon. My bottles are ready and waiting for my next holiday gathering, and I love their added adornments. No matter where I'm headed this season, there's a bottle that will be perfect to bring along. I hope this has inspired you to give your bottles a special touch as well. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Home Talk. I'll see you next time.
You want to get 2 yards of fabric in each color. So I have a solid color on the bottom and a plaid on top. I laid both pieces of fleece on top of each other, lined them up as best that I could, and now I need to go through and cut the edges so that they're perfectly aligned. Most fabrics have an edge that has the name brand printed on it or something like that. You want to make sure you cut all of that off. Then on each corner of the blanket, we want to cut out a 5" by 5" notch. Using a cutting mat like this is really helpful, or any kind of a ruler to make sure you're lined up nicely. I've got the fabric laid out on a big flat surface, and now I'm going to cut some fringe. So I've got a cutting mat underneath here which has 1" marks. I can also use a clear ruler like this and cut 1" marks, or I could grab a fabric marker and draw a line to keep myself on track. But I'm just going to cut 1" pieces of fringe all the way around the entire blanket, making sure to cut through both pieces of fabric. This is the best part. This is a no-sew blanket. So we just pick up a piece of fringe that has both pieces of fabric on it and we tie it together. Just a simple loop knot, push that knot up to the top and work your way all the way around the blanket. It's helpful to make sure the knots kind of sit in the same spot. It gives it a really nice finished look. And that's it. You have a gorgeous double-sided fleece blanket. This is really warm and cozy, and it makes an excellent gift. Wrap it up, tie a bow, and put it under the tree this year. I hope this inspired you to go pick up some colorful fleece and make a no-sew blanket. Thanks for watching Home Talk. We'll see you next time.
Okay, so the first step you're gonna take is getting these cute little chalkboard tags and a paint pen. So I'm using white paint pen with a fine tip. Figure out what you wanna say on the tag. You could put the recipient's name, or you could write just some festive themes like joy or peace or love or happy holidays, whatever you want to write. I'm going to write joy to start. So I've already shaken this pen up and made sure the paint is coming out. I'm going to try and use my best handwriting to write joy here. All right, so we got our joy, we have our love. So let's add the next step. All right, so we're gonna take some wood beads. I'm using 2 different sizes. I'm gonna use these 2 larger sizes. I'm gonna do 5 large beads, and then I'm gonna do 6 medium beads. Now, if you wanna paint these, you can. I kinda like the look of a natural finish to go with the gifts I'm gonna be wrapping this year. So we're gonna string these onto the end of these tags with the twine that's on here. Super easy. A nice little finishing touch to add some nice presentation. All right, so we got all 5. I'm gonna tie a little knot at the end of these just to keep the beads in place. So now we have our beads threaded. I'm gonna tie a knot off on this side too. So you're gonna loop it over the knot. Now you've got the loop. You're gonna tie your bow. And then you wanna make sure that the edges are the same. So I always like to add a little decorative finish to the ends of my ribbon edges. So you just fold it in half and then you cut at an angle, and then it creates that pretty little angled finish that you'd see traditionally with bows. So just fold in half, cut at that angle. There's one. And actually, I'm just gonna create a knot here. I don't need extra twine for this. So you can create an extra loop. So this will be essentially what you can secure to the present. Just like that, we have created some very cute, simple little tags to add to your presents. But don't worry, I have more. I have another tag idea for you to use for the holidays. So let's get to that next project. All right, so for this next project, we're gonna be using pine cones. So I grabbed a couple pine cones from outside, so this doesn't even require you purchasing any. And you're going to take some thread. I have some crafting thread. You can pick a festive color. I wanted something that was a little more neutral. So we're threading it basically into the underside of the pine cone so it can't be seen, so we can make sure we're securing it, and then we're gonna tie a knot. From there, we are going to add some beads. So I'm gonna take out a variety of sizes of my beads, probably maybe one of each. Maybe not to the smallest one, but maybe we'll do 2. All right, so I'm gonna take a Christmas ornament hook, or you could use a paper clip, and I'm wrapping it around the thread, and then I'm threading that through the needle or through the wooden bead. All right, so we're gonna stick with these guys right here. So I'm taking the ends of my string or my thread, and I'm coming down and I'm gonna tie this off at the base by this other knot. So I'm creating like a little hole out of this, but I wanna make sure it goes underneath the other knot that I created. So I'm trying to position it so that it nestles in right there. Beautiful. So we got this. Now I want to add kind of a fun finishing touch to this tag. So I'm going to actually take some washi tape. You can get these variety of places. You can find them at craft stores. You can order them online. I had some really cute gold ones. I really liked this one. It kind of reminded me of candy canes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as kind of a way to add a little additional flair to this. So if you wanted to like write someone's name, or if you wanted to just add a little additional decoration, and you can cover the knot. And there we go. All right, there you have it. My gift tags are complete. They are on their presents. And this was a very easy project, very inexpensive. I encourage you to try it this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching Home Talk, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.